place a fractional credit director into your company. Team up with an expert so you can access the maximum amount of funding for the longest period of time without having to spend countless hours trying to figure it out by yourself. So whether you're a new business owner or you're a veteran in the game, if you're going to benefit from having access to low interest revolving capital in the form of bank rate lines of credit, high limit 0% interest business credit cards you can access in cash, or SBA loans that are document based, this is for you. However, if you're looking to use the 0% interest to try to make 4 to 5% on the market, or you're looking for money without recourse, or even better, you're looking to gamble this funding into a turnkey business, please click off this video. Now I get it, 0% interest sounds unreal. Most people ask, how is this possible? Well, you and I, we have access to the most amount of resources in this world. As Americans, we have thousands of different banks, tens of thousands of different lending products, and hundreds of thousands of dollars of money we can secure for our businesses without documentation, without collateral, and without affecting our personal credit profiles. And the banks that offer these products do it with no to little documentation and at 0% interest. And the reason being is because banks are in fierce competition with each other. Banks make money upon the money that you put in their checking accounts. They have to lend money to make money, and so your business is their business. And in order to entice you to come bank with them, they offer these crazy products in order for them to get your money. And so there exists a gap in the system where if you're able to navigate this gap, you're going to gain an unfair advantage over your competition because you're going to be able to grow your dreams using other people's money for free. And our fractional credit directors are trained to help guide you through this system so you can have access to the lowest interest business capital year after year to grow your dreams. In 2024, our fractional credit directors helped over 400 clients go through this exact process. And out of those 400, I'm going to pick 3 that I believe are pretty representative of the wide range of clients that we can serve. And so the first one is Travis. Travis came to us with an 800 credit score, a business over 2+ years old, and he actually had revenues of 5 million plus. He was only looking for 150 grand at 0% interest to expand his locations into his 7th location in Hawaii, and we helped him do exactly that. So he got 150 grand of 0% interest business credit cards that we helped him cash out so he can go through this acquirement of the 7th location. But not only that, he actually then secured 350 grand at 11% on an SBA 7A loan shown somewhere on the screen here. We got him this. He didn't even know about 7A. He didn't even know he could get something for his business, using his business as an asset. And he's very, very happy because that 150 grand at 0%, that's for the next 2-3 years, and that 350 grand is a long-term 10-year loan, so he's well capitalized to continue to grow his empire. The second type of person I picked because a lot of people's situations are complex, and some people are like, my situation is so complex, I don't think you're going to be able to help. Well, we've seen all sorts of files. We've seen people who come in halfway through the process. We've seen people who did a quarter of the banks, maybe 3/4 of the banks. They have products with debt, they have loans, lines, cards, whatever your situation is. Miguelina, she came to us with a business, 800 credit score, 780 actually, 780 plus credit score. Her business was 2+ years old. However, her revenue was under $1 million, and she came to us with existing business credit card debt on that main business. It was around 40 grand, accruing at 18% interest. And so the first thing we needed to do was actually consolidate that debt. So we either had to open a second business or try to sneak in an approval on our existing business. We did exactly that. We got 40 grand on the first card. We cashed it out. We used the cash to pay off her interest accruing debt. That bank also doesn't report to any of the business bureaus. And so once that debt was cleared out, we then got her an additional 90 grand. She finished around at 130 grand at 0% interest. And what she's most happy about is that now she has the funding plan as well as the expert in the corner to help her keep that at 0% for the next 2-3 years, as long as she continues to work with us. And finally, Stephanie. Stephanie was somebody we met 2.5 years ago, and she came to us and she had no business. She had no LLC. We helped her create that fundable business entity in California, and she was able to secure 87 grand of 0% interest on the business and 24,000 on one product on her personal, so she can continue to grow her credit portfolio. She came back a year and a half later with the business doing like 30-40 grand a month. She had the money to pay off her existing 0% business credit card debt that was about to turn into high interest, but we actually helped her secure another 86 grand and use that 86 grand to just consolidate her previous year's debt so that she can continue to grow her business without having to pay off that debt and without having to pay interest on that money she's borrowing. And so look, if you seem like you're one of these three types of people, we can help. This is what happens when a fractional credit director joins your team. A, your credit portfolio grows alongside your business. 2, your financial profile, that's your business and personal credit profile, is going to be protected with our expert credit management. Number 3, you're never ever going to run into a situation where you're not going to have the funds to execute the next deal. And 4, you're never going to have to worry about high interest business loans, merchant cash advances, aka money that's going to kill your business. If you're looking for funding and you're looking for someone who is aligned with your mission, not just a mercenary who's going to just take a percentage fee, but somebody who's going to work with your business for over a year with a clean, flat agreement, then use the link below, qualify for our process, and I hope to see you on the other side.
Really understand what business credit was or how to leverage it, and now I have over $86,000 for my business, which I was not expecting, and was approved, and have increased my credit rating and report. And it's just, wow. Yeah, I have over 86,000 to work with in my new business, which I'm going to apply to my corporate housing arbitrage business, which I've just started up and have just this close to signing a lease on a new property. So I'm jumping in, diving in, ready to go.
I'm able to secure almost $250,000 in credit cards, 0 interest per year.
How are you going to be using these 0% cards?
To make payroll in certain instances, to pay for expenses, eventually to expand the company. So for a variety of purposes, everything went fine. I think it was a learning process for me, and you guys were able to help me guide me through that process. So something that I had no clue, I didn't know anything about, you guys were able to help me.
The whole team has been super supportive. It's easy to communicate with them. They're very professional. I highly recommend it. On the back end, I'm super excited. I just secured my first $70K of funding, and this is just like the first round. So we're still going. So this is kind of like the first step. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. But $70K, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I trusted the individual that sent me the information, so that's what played a big role into that. Based on my past experiences, I wasn't, too willing to do such a thing, but he talked me into it and showed me that it was giving him the results that he was looking for. So that made me want to move forward with this. And you guys have been very helpful every step of the way. Like, you understood when my schedule was busy, you jumped in and did the rest of the work and delivered what you promised, definitely.
You were recommended through one of the business partners that I work with. They highly recommended you, and they explained the process of what you do. And I thought that this was something that I definitely needed to kind of kickstart my business.
Yeah, kind of what was the main use of these funds, or like when you first heard about this service? Obviously it's a little bit unconventional, right? You don't really think about this route to raise capital, but what made you be like, oh, like I can use this for my business?
I mean, the main reason honestly was I didn't want to use my own funding, like my personal savings account. So when they told me about, like secure credit lines with 0% interest, and that this was an option, I was like, hey, definitely that's what I want to do.
Within the 30 days of working with Marcus, I was able to acquire around $100,000 of funding through several different credit lines, business credit cards, and I'm using all of those to help fund my e-commerce store. There's been several opportunities that have come across my desk for different investments, and so it's definitely made me optimistic and looking forward to the future and leveraging this credit, applying for more credit as we've had the success that we're going to have and, using the tools that, kind of Marcus has helped me to understand and open my eyes to different ways that I can grow and scale my business, leveraging credit. Well, my overall experience with Marcus and the team has been amazing. Before meeting with Marcus, I didn't this whole world of utilizing credit with very low interest rates. Majority of them is 0% interest rate for a certain amount of time. I had no idea that this world existed, and so now that I've kind of been introduced to this world, and not only introduced to this world, but Marcus has introduced me to several different people in several different banks, and allowed me to build those relationships, have those conversations, which has given me the confidence to walk into any bank really, and have those conversations with bankers here locally in Utah, to see how much credit I can apply for in addition to what I've already received. So it's been such a huge help. It's been a game changer for me as far as understanding that I don't have to use my own money to scale my business. And if I can utilize and leverage credit, I can scale my business easier and more efficiently, in my opinion.
Well, my experience was absolutely great. It was phenomenal. Both the banker relationship, people that I spoke to were fantastic, very nice, very personable. They knew what they were doing, and I was also coached up prior to connecting with these guys with Matrix Mastery. You guys gave me the blueprint, step by step, what to say, what to do, things to avoid, things to make sure you highlight. So I definitely had the roadmap. I had the tools in my arsenal that I needed to go in there confidently and talk to the banking relationship personnel on the other side. So everything was flawless. My experience was really, really good, and I will definitely be using you guys again in the future.
A great experience. I have always felt like Matrix generally cared about what we were trying to accomplish. They were looking for the best solutions for our business. They understood that I was super ignorant about most of this credit stuff and how it really worked. And just walking through my personal credit score, which I really didn't think had any impact on my business, which was completely wrong. So it kind of changed my perspective on that and the importance of keeping my own personal credit file kind of free and clear and not messy. But it just opened a whole new door for us to kind of walk through as far as being able to understand how business credit works and the possibilities there are when you understand how the system works. Matrix really helped us feel like we weren't just another number. I know people say that all the time, but that they actually cared about what we were trying to do, and they helped us achieve it.
Marcus here at Matrix's Q1 25 retreat here in Aspen, Colorado, making this video for people who are still in the video past the testimonial section. You're probably either a cynic, a pessimist, or somebody who just believes that this isn't going to work for them. And so to that, I say a healthy amount of cynicism is great. It's what kept us humans alive to conquer the world today. But if you're somebody who believes, that this isn't going to work, then it's not going to work. And so if you are that type of person, just click off the video now. And look, I don't know what you want. Most likely you're looking for a business loan. And so there's a pretty big decision in front of you, just because if you take the wrong business loan, that can make or break your dreams. And so I just want to really quickly make this video to help you make the best decision from this point. And one of the things I want to highlight is the fact that the biggest competitor or biggest industry within the segment of business funding is the merchant cash advance industry, right? They broker terrible loans, 20% to start, sometimes even up to 160%. And they have a $17 billion market cap. So imagine the millions of dollars they're inputting into the market in terms of advertisement costs and things to kind of get in front of your face. And so a lot of you are most likely considering that option for your business right now, which I implore you to dig a little deeper and do a little bit more research, which I guess you're doing now. But I guess really quickly, my name is Marcus Beck. I built over 2 businesses to beyond 6 or 7 figures by the time I was 21. The first business I built was in the Florida Mall. It was a brick and mortar arcade, and the second being this service-based business here at Matrix Mastery. And kind of within my time of being such a young entrepreneur, one of the things I always lacked initially was capital. I had to order $80,000 a month of plushies, like these stuffed animals, and I had no funds to do it until I learned this business funding system myself, to then start to teach other people. Actually just shy, I believe, of 1,000 business owners, and it's been only 4 years, and hopefully that number goes up. Regardless, this system, the 0% interest and the bank rate lines of system, there's so many different banks and lenders that actually will give you these financing tools at these terms. And it's almost as if there's a gold mine in your backyard and you know exactly how much gold is inside. But if you go and you kind of try to dig for the gold or try to find the gold yourself, you're either not going to find it or you're going to blow up your chances of ever getting the money that you actually need. It isn't without thousands, and I mean like hundreds of thousands of data points, where then you start to really understand how to maneuver in the system so that you can have the most amount of money for the longest time. And so that's kind of why we're here. We're here because as you are experts in whatever you're experts in, like a cleaner or maybe you crush grapes and make into wine, maybe you're a dog breeder or real estate tycoon, whatever it is, just like you're an expert in that field, we are an expert in the credit and the banking system here in America. And I want to place a fractionalized team member into your organization with a flat fee, no percentages, because that's like hiring a mercenary. And so we can optimize your credit profile and actually get you the money that you need for your new or existing business, not just this year, but the year after and the year after. So if you're interested, use the link below, qualify, and I hope to see you on the other side.